I'm Ben.
I'm Ron.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jason, and this is Hometown Has-Beens. Yeah.
Are we done? Are we done with it?
No, I'm glad to go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hometown Has-Beens, episode 50.
Yay.
That was a letdown.
Yeah, that's the fifth time we've done this.
It's the
All right.
50th time we've done this.
All right, man. Jeez.
If you've lasted for 50 episodes,
Hey,
congratulations.
Look, hold on, though.
All four of you, thank you.
You've heard a lot of like funny stories. There's some really good episodes in there, I truly believe. But you also sat through us looking on our phones for stuff to talk about.
Or
So,
just like talking about
so kudos
Chris's
to
bowel
you.
movements.
Yeah, I think that people kind of like that for some reason.
I would like for anybody that's listened to all 50, besides Candy, because I know Candy, that's a given.
Yeah.
But
No Candy.
if there's
Yeah.
anybody else that's listened to all 50,
Yeah.
I want to know who you are. 'Cause
Yeah, why don't you hit
That's
us up on
freaking crazy.
social or
We
leave us a
salute
comment,
you, Mrs. Listen to Hometown Has-Beens 50 times.
Yeah.
Mr. or
Or
Mrs.
Mr.
BB's going to be there. She'll be there
Yeah, Brittany Brown's probably in there. Shout out.
for sure. Yeah.
She's probably getting tired of us shouting her out.
Probably. Well, we see her, so she know, like,
Yeah.
we have conversations about the pod with her sometimes. So
Yep.
we know she's listening.
So what's up, everybody? It's the last week of school, episode 50. It's exciting stuff.
I like the last week of school. Like, I like my job.
I hate it.
But my favorite months of teaching is June and July. Like, like, you know,
Oh,
like
man.
I love the other 9. 10.
What's your favorite?
I mean, but my favorite,
What's your
You know.
favorite part of being a teacher?
I just said it. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
So
I'm
you
just
really
kidding.
you like the last week of school?
Yeah, I do. I like it's. You know, you've been getting after it for a long, but now it's kind of it's slowing down a little slower.
I'm gonna be honest. Like it's like
Too slow.
maybe it says something about like my mental health that like I hate the last week of school. It's depressing. Makes me sad.
I kind of feel that way too.
No, the kids ask, "Are you gonna miss me?" And I'm like, "No." And I tell them, I'm like, "It's time for you to move on." Like, it's,
Well, no, I don't.
you
I
know.
don't mean that. Like I mean, you have kids you'll miss and
Yeah,
some you
yeah,
don't. But
yeah.
I
Yeah.
well, I guess what I mean is like when the school's half empty and there's nobody here, and it's like it's just depressing.
yeah.
Because like to me, like when it's full and like that's brings life to the school. And
Yeah,
then it's just
bringing
like,
life. Okay,
You
yeah.
can have like the skeleton crew of kids that
Yeah,
are just,
seniors
Yeah,
are already
that's
done.
true.
Yeah.
That's a quarter of your.
I mean, in the Harry Potter movies during the Christmas break and the summer, it's always the saddest moment, you know? Hogwarts is not fully
I
functioning.
don't
It's not
watch-
a regular day.
I've never seen a Harry Potter
I have
movie.
not
so-
You are
either.
missing out,
I
man.
tell you what, the preacher of all people hypes up Harry Potter.
Hyping it up.
I
Well,
love
my
it.
parents were never like the kind that were like, you can't watch that as witchcraft. I was just never interested. I always,
You're not into magic?
I'm just, I don't know, man. Like
The
I like,
stories are
Man,
really good.
I think I'm gonna learn a new magic trick. I saw it on.
Think you got it in the bag? You can get it. You can put it in the bag.
I think so. If I can, it's pretty incredible.
So we're gonna go from 3 to 4 magic tricks in the
yeah,
bag.
but sometimes I forget.
Jason,
some of
you are
them.
well known for your
you
magic
get like
tricks.
2 more you could perform at
I
kids'
think
birthday
I can,
parties.
I think I
Yeah,
can
dude.
perform at kids' birthday parties now
No way.
because I have enough. As long as they're young, I have enough. I have enough like silly little kid tricks to
Okay.
like.
You did like get your nose
So-
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and taking
My-
off the thumb.
Yeah.
My whole life, like I remembered, and I don't remember which birthday it was. I think I was like 4 or 5. But I remembered having a clown at my birthday party.
Really?
And yeah. And the clown also did like magic tricks. But and this is very like appropriate, like if you know my mom, but like I found like a home video of it, and it turns out it was a Christian magician clown. And every trick he would do would be like something about the Bible.
So he turned like water into wine and
Hey.
stuff.
Let's go.
No, I can't remember, but I was just like, what the heck? I didn't remember any of it. But Jason's flicking right off right now.
No, I'm
a-
teaching him.
That
a
doesn't
magic
look. That
trick.
doesn't look real though. Nobody's finger is that big.
It is if you're a kid. I don't know. Inslee, when she was 2, figured it out. So
Yeah.
I really want to say something, but it's going to make you cut it out, but it'd be really funny.
don't.
Okay.
Yeah, do it.
Can I just type it?
Yeah, type it.
I'm 34 and I've just now learned how to do the take your finger off trick. Like just now. Like Jason just
I
taught
taught
me
him on.
live.
Yeah, Ben said something funny.
Oh shoot, that is cold.
And Ryan took the
Oh,
longest
But
to
not
read it.
untrue.
That is
Yeah,
cold.
very true.
I read the bottom, not the. Never mind.
Anyways,
That joke is cold.
yeah, funny. Hey, so in the past, Ryan has refereed Powder Puff before, correct?
I have.
And this year I was volunteered in a way, and I said I'd do it. That was fine. And I tried to rope Ryan in, and he was like, "Nope."
I had to go. We celebrated.
Yeah, but you
my
said
brother.
no before that.
I did.
You were like, "No, I'm out." He said,
I told you not to do it.
"Hey, I will just say this. I'll say this. It was fun, but I've never had so many people tell me I'm wrong at one time,
Yeah, dude.
no matter the call."
Yeah, and also.
And they all really believe it.
Yeah, well, and that's what I in Powder Puff, like elite, you can screen, but it's got to be like kind of like a basketball screen.
Yes, it's almost like you're not really moving.
Yeah,
you're just
yeah.
in the way.
But that does not mean there will not be contact.
Yeah.
That's the. But they kind of every time they gonna get hit, it's like, oh, that's not legal. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
And really, I had a few people bickering about that, but there was no like major issues until the very end, and it wasn't a big one either. So it was like,
Oh, I got
I think they did well.
funniest story in the world to tell y'all about.
Oh, sorry, go
Can
ahead.
you just pause it?
Yeah.
All right.
well, it seems like Powder Puff may be coming to an end at some point though, because
I think just numbers wise. Like,
well, but they're making it a sport.
oh,
I mean,
flag
it's-
football.
it's
Yeah,
flag
yeah.
football.
I
Oh.
would coach it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I
100%
think
I'd coach it.
Yeah, but I mean,
It's a short season
yeah,
in the fall. The only
Yeah.
thing is that a place like here, man, like
You're not
you got to
gonna-
have enough athletes that don't play other sports. And that's
I
just too
don't-
hard.
I don't know that we could do because of track
most of them
too,
have like
and-
5 and 6A
Yeah.
schools doing it.
Yeah. But I don't think you can. I don't know. Can you pull off a Powder Puff game if you have because that just seems kind of.
Like you're just the ones
Well,
that actually
yeah,
play
you
on the
could.
team are going to
You
come
could.
out.
You
and
think you
dominate.
still could?
I think you still could. You just have, it'd be other,
Yeah.
people who play other sports would play in it.
Do you know what
Okay.
position Heller Keller played in Powder Puff?
Was that it? Was that? Was that it?
I didn't have like a.
Oh my God! You just started that
I came
joke.
up with a good one.
That was pretty good. Oh man, what was she known for other than being
Deaf and blind.
I know, but yeah, other than that, didn't she do stuff?
She was a really good
Yeah,
writer.
she wrote
Oh, okay.
things being deaf and blind.
Okay, cool. Good for her, man.
We don't have any content.
By the way, you know something that is annoying
What?
on the highway
Yeah.
when you have.
Is this a gear to grind?
Yes, this is a gear to grind.
Okay.
Chris has a gear to grind.
There's people who don't pay attention, and I'm not going to say the majority if they're a part of a certain sex or not.
Oh my God.
Okay. But there are certain people who get on major highways who get in different lanes but run the same speed
Chris, I would argue that you.
and don't know that they're doing that with another
Hey,
person
Chris,
in
you're
another
a
lane.
terrible driver.
Is it possible to take a field trip to the parking lot right now?
Nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
Dude,
Well,
Chris,
we're
you
just saying,
started
like,
with.
you're arguably the worst driver I've ever ridden with.
Dude,
And now
I
you're
think-
talking crap about a whole
Look,
gender.
Yeah, you talking trash about people driving would be like me talking trash about people with psoriasis. Like,
Yeah.
like I may not have the same thing they got, but I still got bad skin. Like,
The pot can still critique the kettle, okay?
You said, I think you opened with, there's a lot of people who don't pay attention when they're driving. And I was like,
that's you.
Yeah.
dude.
I will say though,
Their
like,
name-
I
what
will
I'm
add to that though.
saying?
The thing that pisses me off, and it's crazy how much I see this now. Like people watching their phone.
that's crazy.
Like I roll,
yeah, that's
you'll roll
wild.
up to like a red light,
Somebody
And it's
watching
not
Netflix.
just like, look, man, like they're not just picking a song. I'll look over there and I'll see them, and they're on like Duck Dynasty,
Dude,
and I'm like, what is going on?
Dude, I know a dude. He went to college in North Georgia. He had a late class, so he said on the way home he would watch the Braves game on his phone while he was driving.
I will
Instead of just
say,
listening to it on the radio.
Yeah.
most of the time I'm going down the road, I have
That's
a YouTube
awesome.
video playing.
God, dude.
Are you paying attention to
This
it?
is not good.
I mean, it's
It's
not that
not
hard to
good.
drive.
You're-
It's not that hard to drive.
Are you
Watch
kidding me right
YouTube
now?
videos.
I've seen
not
you
good.
drive without distractions.
I think I drive better with distractions.
Dude,
I think the phone law was a bad law.
That is not true.
That's
I'm
okay.
on
Because
record
now when
saying-
I'm on my phone, I have to hold it underneath the steering wheel, or like
I'm gonna go the
where
other
before
way.
I could hold it up and look and drive at the same time.
Okay, so you're
I-
saying people don't follow it, so it's like prohibition.
I'm gonna
Exactly.
go.
It's a bad law.
I'm gonna go the other extreme and think it should be the same punishment as DUI.
I
I do too.
I'm okay with that.
Because I'm not advocating for drinking and driving,
Right.
But I think that driving on a phone, you're just as bad of a
It's
driver.
dangerous, yeah.
You're just like literally, you're just as bad. You're just as likely to kill somebody.
Yeah, they should up that. Let's get behind that.
I have something kind of funny that happened over the weekend, or it was, I guess, a funny observation.
What do you have to? What happened, Ron?
Okay, so we went to the Stripers game for my brother's birthday. We were just looking for something to do, kind of close, and it's not bad. You go to the Gwinnett Stripers game; it's a good little gig.
Hey, make sure you buy a popsicle from King of Pops at the Stripers
they were
game.
there, dude. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I'll be working that this summer. Shout out.
But it's a good little spot. All the seats are good. There's no bad seats. It's not like too big.
We've been. I've been there.
Yeah, but they might not have like the listeners.
Okay. Yeah.
But anyway, so I honestly did not know that Ronald Acuna was playing a rehab assignment until
so you didn't know he
y'all
was
told
gonna
me.
be there?
No, so we went ahead and booked. Like we were just
Nice.
going. So it was a good crowd, but dude, watching these grown men like be that close to like so he went 0 for 2 walks. He was coming in to score. And I'm looking down, so we're straight, like we're in line with the third base line.
Did he have 4 at bats?
Yeah, he had 4 at bats.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Yeah, so we're in line with the third base line, right? So he's kind of like facing us, running when he's running home. Dude, these grown men acted like children when he like came over and was like, did like a hands up, like, yeah, I'm the guy. Dude,
They get like
were
dollar
like,
bills out and stuff.
dude, they were like standing up, taking pictures. And the funniest part though to me was they like took the picture or whatever and was turning around to each other and like showing it like it was like the greatest thing ever. And
That's terrible.
Me and my brother, I looked at him and he's laughing. He's like, these grown men down
Look at
there. I'm
these
like,
guys.
dude, I know. And so the other funny part was, I don't know if y'all know this, Ronald Acuna does not play hard in AAA. like,
I figured that.
Like, not at all. And so these people behind us were just complaining about it the whole game. And me and my brother on the same wavelength, we're like, I don't want him to get hurt,
Yeah.
And so there was like a hit.
Guaranteed when he moves up, he's gonna be playing hard.
Yeah.
Like he's not trying to.
So like there was a time when he could run home and he put the brakes on and just kind of eased in, and there was another time where he like did not chase he might have could have dove and got one and didn't. So these people behind us were just complaining, he don't ever play hard, blah 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 blah. I look at my brother, his next at bat, and I go, I hope he hits a slow roller to third base
And
and
walks.
jogs it out. And so I can hear everybody whine again because I was like, dude, it's AAA. I can't name 3 players on that team. Like,
Ron Acuna won the MVP, did he not? A few years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not going to play hard in AAA
no,
baseball.
and he's kind of known for not going super hard in the league.
Yeah,
man. Like we're not like.
I mean, the whole point, like he doesn't care if they win or lose.
No, yeah.
The whole point of that
and they're in
is
last place.
just to rehab.
Can you run and
Yeah.
it not hurt? That's like
Like, and the Stripers are in last place. Like, their pitcher was 5'5", 275. I told my brother, I'm like, this is not doing a solid for people who say pitchers have to be athletes. Like, this is this guy.
dude, I love watching, especially minor league baseball game at the beach.
Yeah.
Like the Myrtle Beach Pelicans.
Yeah.
That's
This
that's
dude's
some
from talking
great
about the Myrtle
things.
Beach Pelicans since we were not middle school.
I know.
He loves Myrtle Beach
I
Pelicans.
do, man.
Hey, what organization is
level
that?
is that?
They used to be the Braves. I
That
don't
was like
think
a
they're
single
not
A, wasn't
anymore.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's if you go single
These
A,
are basically like
do you make it?
19-year-old kids.
If you're in single A, like what's your probability of making it if you're in single A? Like
Dude,
do
it's
most
still-
of them
it's
make
still
it?
low. No.
Yeah,
No.
Dude, my cousin made it
Okay.
all the way to Triple A and didn't make it.
Okay.
He's playing in Italy.
I
now.
seen one of the
Really?
games that are memorable. I seen Jordan Schaefer play there.
Okay.
You like Jordan Schaefer?
Dude,
a lot,
I was
didn't
so impressed. That dude was bad.
you? He was like,
especially
a
at
bad,
Eminem.
a bad person. Yes.
Yes,
like
and
Eminem for
bad in a
baseball.
lot of ways. He walked out. The most impressive
was
thing
super
was his
fast.
walkout.
I'll tell you that. He was
So-
fast as crap.
But as far as just to like an event to go to, like on a Friday night, it was a good time.
Hey, while we're talking about events, I think now's a good time to announce the has-beens have been formally invited to play.
Formally challenged.
Yes, and we've accepted it. To play, let me see what their league is called. GPW, Georgia Pro Wiffle Ball. On their all-star break, they want their all-star team to play the has-beens in wiffle ball, and we will be in attendance. And we're chasing.
I don't want to just
win.
go.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, we're gonna win.
we're gonna
so shout
play.
out to Commissioner Judd Spear.
yeah. We're gonna go over there and beat them. I don't know.
We're gonna
we're gonna
I
win.
don't know.
We're gonna win.
It's funny. They were asking me today.
I'm gonna ask Watson. I'm gonna be like, hey, I need to borrow your sweats. Sweats.
Are you
Hey,
leaving us?
Hey, we're gonna have a over under.
Get that corn on my face.
What's the over under on how many pockets Chris's shorts will have?
4.5.
Oh, he's gonna be way over that. Man. I mean,
6.5,
normal.
6.5.
My
How's
short
that?
game is so limited. I have like 3 pairs of shorts.
Dude, bro showed up in some cargo shorts for leopard games. I was dying.
On the schedule was a softball toss.
Oh,
Okay.
time out. Speaking of leopard games, Ryan made a fool of himself because he challenged me to multiple events.
They were
In front of a lot of people.
And
They were all in your
yes.
wheelhouse, though. They were all in your
He
ability
also
group.
grabbed basketballs from kids warming up and shot like 8 times. But he did make a half quarter, and a
Did
lot of
make
kids
a
were
half
talking about
Yeah, that's
his
true.
half
That's
court
the
shot
only-
that he
and-
made.
Yeah.
I heard Candy mention it to me a few times afterwards.
well-
Did you see Ryan hit the half court shot?
One great play makes over.
It's like golf. One great shot
Yeah.
gives you a par.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, these guys, they asked me today, they said, maybe we should promote it, get some fans there. I said, do y'all really want people there when you get beat by a bunch of has-beens? And they just laughed like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, if you're in the game to be embarrassed, go ahead.
All right, so we lost Ryan. We're not sad about it.
He was running around his yard and he
We'll save that.
unfortunately twisted his ankle. You'll hear more about that in the future. But
Yes, can't wait.
At 6 o'clock in the morning.
Can't wait to talk about that and his upcoming event that he's hosting.
I think he'll be excited about that.
Hey, we realized when you are listening to this, it is likely Memorial Day. So celebrate, I guess.
Let freedom ring, baby.
Yeah, let freedom ring. Thank you for those who served.
yeah,
Served.
which Memorial Day is
And
not
served.
Veterans Day.
It's
more-
not. It's
really-
people who gave the ultimate sacrifice.
So that the government wouldn't shut down really good podcasts.
Right. So have I talked about my whole 4th of July thing?
No.
Like, what if you have a British friend and you invite him to 4th of July?
I mean, that's just kind of like,
Well, that's
That-
like Cinco de
that-
Mayo.
that's like that one
We
time
saw-
that I invited everybody to my house. Now, this didn't turn out well, given. But like in 2016, when Tennessee threw the Hail Mary against Georgia.
Yeah, that stunk.
And then
Let's
the
not
next
talk
year,
about
well,
this.
this will make you feel better because it was bad for me. But then the next year in 2017, we didn't go to the game, but like a whole bunch of people came to my house to cook out for the game. You remember this?
I do
Jason?
remember this.
And I printed like a giant poster of Jawan Jennings making that catch and just like hung it on my wall to like.
I don't
just
even
remind-
remember that.
Oh yeah, I did. It was like this big. It was huge, and I hung it on my wall. Like when you came in the house, but then Georgia won like 49-0 or something. Like it was bad. But yeah, it'd be like that. It's just like you're rubbing it in their face, like, you lost,
So
sucker.
what is Cinco de Mayo? I've always been kind
The
of
5th of May.
I know,
Yeah.
but what is
Mexican independence.
Is that what it is?
Or they
From
won
who?
a battle, right?
Against who?
I don't know, dude. I didn't take that class. I don't know what
Ben,
to
do you
say.
know?
Well, I mean, they were originally Spanish, but I don't know. I don't know when their independence was. I teach U.S. history, buddy, not Mexican history.
Yeah.
It's not North American history.
Yeah, I mean, I could teach you about like Mexican American War because we won that one. But like, I don't, it wasn't much of a war. But no, I don't really know anything.
The
about Mexico.
Alamo? Are we celebrating the Alamo? Is there an Alamo Day?
Alamo's not Mexican American War. That's like Texas Revolution
That's different.
when they annexed, like, or not annexed, when they declared independence. Because Texas was their own thing for a few years, about a decade ish.
Still kind of are.
Yeah.
After the revolution? Yeah, Texas was not original colony.
Yeah,
right?
way after.
Okay.
No, I mean like a few decades after.
Okay.
I mean, you're
Daniel
talking-
Boone.
Yeah, so Texas, but they it wasn't like this is not a history podcast. We'll just move on.
Yeah,
but,
let's move on.
But they wanted to be annexed.
Hey,
It
I'll-
wasn't-
But we did this thing. One time we talked about like different sayings and where they came from.
yeah,
Like, all right, you know the saying like bite the dust, like he bit the dust.
yeah.
Another one bites the dust?
Yeah, what's that mean?
Well, if he bit the dust,
I thought
like-
fell in the dirt. That's what I always assumed it mean.
What do you think?
I mean, I would use it. I mean, like if he bit the dust, then like he either died or
R.I.P..
like,
Yeah, R.I.P.
Is that
So,
what it
all right, I'm gonna tell you where it came from. All right, biting the dust. It came from the Civil War and how soldiers would fall and they just fall face first in the ground when they got shot. So they bit the dust.
So it's like a couple hundred years later when somebody falls on their face, we're like, oh, you ate it.
Yeah,
It's
Gone like a
that's
soldier
right.
in
Bite the
Civil
dust has
War.
been
Bang,
transformed
bang.
has morphed into ate it. Yeah.
So where did kick the bucket come from then?
I don't know that one. That's not on my list of things I know.
It's a cockroach in the studio, and it's a big one.
I sprayed for him.
Well, that one got by.
Didn't get by me though.
I don't have kick the bucket. I don't. I have three. I have three that I figured out the
okay.
origin of.
Okay.
Y'all want more?
Yeah.
Okay, this one. Close but no cigar.
Yeah.
Anybody knows what that means?
No.
Because it
I
doesn't.
mean, I
really
know
make-
what it means.
Right.
But it's
like what is
close,
it?
but
like you
not-
almost got it, but
Almost got. But
you
why
didn't
would
get
they
it.
use? Why is it close but no cigar?
Because
Any ideas?
she thought she was pregnant, but she wasn't, and you give cigars out when you have a baby.
No,
Best guess I got.
no. I guess I'm cutting that.
Like we thought you were the dad, but it turns out you're not.
That kid is
Put
definitely
that
not
cigar
yours.
up.
Oh, you're going to give me your band back, sir.
No. So, all right. So carnival games, like you go to a carnival, they're kid games, right? Well, back in the day of like when carnivals first came on the scene, I guess it was more like adults that were playing the games, and the top prize was a cigar. So if you
Close,
got
but
if you
no
got a
cigar.
prize that wasn't the top one, it was close but no cigar.
So there's still adults mostly that play those at carnivals I've seen,
Yeah,
but there's no cigars to be won. So they
No.
should bring that back, I think.
bring it back. All right, and I got one last one. Like, this one I've never really used like stinking rich. Like I've always said like filthy rich,
Yeah.
but stinking rich. You know what that is from?
Nope.
Anybody ideas?
No.
You don't even have an idea.
Stinking rich. I'm thinking of the country singer.
Big and
Big
rich.
and rich. That's a
Well,
duo.
that's two people.
Oh, is it? Okay.
What's it? John
Say
Rich
yours.
and Kenny.
I don't know.
Big Kenny and John Rich,
I
yeah.
don't know.
So people were afraid of getting buried alive back in the day because it was kind of hard to tell if you're actually dead. That's when they do the whole wake thing. So the rich people started building tombs. That way they weren't being buried just in case. And obviously they were dead. So then, over time it starts a foul smell. So they were stinking rich.
I get it. That's cool.
That's all I
I
got.
feel like somebody just made that up.
Yeah, probably. All three of those probably made up. Not by me, but.
Yeah. You gave it you gave it your best shot,
I
That
also,
reminds me of the Annabelle Lee poem. Poe's Annabelle Lee,
No.
Down by the Sea.
Nope.
Okay. It's sad.
Are you gonna? Okay, all
Rich
right.
man. The angels come and kill her because they're jealous of their love. And she's buried down by the sea in a mausoleum. Like what you're talking about.
All right, so now you can wake up again.
It's a really good poem.
Hey, I saw this new TV show that's got one of the guys from The Walking Dead, who's like the bad guy. I didn't watch it all. The one with the baseball bat. That guy, you know what I'm talking about?
Is it, oh yeah. Is it a spinoff of The Walking Dead? The one you're talking
No,
about?
no. This
or
is
are you talking about?
This is
The
a
Last
show,
of Us.
Like no. This is the guy from The Walking Dead who was like the bad guy with the barbed wire bat.
Yeah. What's that
And,
guy's name in the show?
no
I know
Are
idea.
you
you're
talking about Jeffrey Dean Morgan? Is that his name in real life?
Yeah,
Maybe.
what's
That
his name
sounds
in the
right.
show?
It doesn't matter.
He's talking about Denny off of Grey's Anatomy.
I have no idea.
Is
Never
that the
seen
guy?
it.
No,
Oh, wasn't he?
That's
Wasn't
not
he
the
in?
same guy.
Wasn't he in that?
I don't think that's the same.
I think it's the same guy.
Okay, maybe.
Well, he's hosting a show, like a reality show, like a challenge show. Ben, I want you to apply to be on the show.
Why was it called?
Destination X. They take you to random places in the world, drop you there, and you have to try and figure out where you're at.
Oh, you'd be a star
Dude, I
at
could do
that.
that. Like,
Dude, I'm
100%.
saying you could fund this podcast.
I could
Let's
do
go.
that. I definitely could do that.
Destination X with
How do we
Jeffrey
get him in
Dean
that?
Morgan, maybe.
Maybe. I'm Googling. Just my phone's being really slow right now.
Yeah. So I've been thinking about zombie apocalypse shows. They all have the same problem. From a-
Zombies.
All right. So we're talking about
No.
this guy right here.
Yes, they do have
That
this.
Yeah, that guy.
Was he in Grace?
Yeah, he was.
Was he?
Yeah.
He didn't have the beard.
He was younger.
One of the
but
last seasons?
He was the one. No, he was the one that Izzy like cut the wire for. Like she was in love with him, and then she started seeing him before she had cancer. She was like hallucinating. It's a very big plot line early on.
Okay.
Jeez.
I don't know any of these names.
Okay, so here's the plot problem I think every zombie show has in movie. What do you do after the zombies take after the world? Because that's always the best part to watch, is why they're taking over the world, right?
Right.
But once they've kind of taken over the world and humanity is the minority, it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
That's why you love him. A lot younger.
Oh, wow, good call. Yeah, good call.
It's my wife's favorite show. I'm kind of like,
So what do you suggest, Chris?
I don't know. I'm just trying to, like, I love zombie shows. I really enjoy those. But I enjoy the first part. Then the rest of it's like, bleh.
yeah, I liked Walking Dead like the first couple seasons.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's
After
like
that,
eventually, this is like you
it's
might
the
have just said that.
same.
Well, eventually everybody's gonna die, or
Yeah.
like we'll figure this thing out.
Yeah,
You
there's
know?
just nothing. So just like narrative wise, how could they make it better?
I don't know, dude. Stop making them.
Like you think about all the good ones, they stop there. What's the one with Brad Pitt in it?
World War Z.
Yeah, like that movie
That's
is
a
great
movie.
because it kind of ends just right after they take over the world.
Much.
I didn't see it.
My favorite end of the world
good one.
shows. There was a.
I Am Legend.
That's a movie.
Are we doing
He
movies
said
and
movie.
I
shows
said
together
shows.
or just
Oh,
shows
sorry.
So there was a show called Jericho. There was only 2 seasons, but it was awesome.
on Netflix? Maybe?
Well, it wasn't originally because it
Okay.
came out before Netflix was even like a streaming service.
Okay.
But it had. So the dad in that show was what's his name?
Bob Saget.
No,
Full House.
no, he's like a bigger guy with like a real deep voice. He plays
John Goodman. Roseanne.
No,
Wow, that's impressive.
he. I think his first name's Gerald.
Come on,
Gerald Ford. Assembly line.
Gerald Ford is not. Gerald
I know, but
It was quick on the draw though.
I was trying. President.
Anyways, but it's like a small town. Jericho is a small town in Kansas, and like all these nuclear weapons go off in like almost every major city in the United States.
Jericho is actually a professional wrestler.
Yeah, it's also yeah okay
A city in ancient Canaan.
yeah. It's also but anyways,
Originally a wrestler, though.
Originally old WCW.
and then there was another one called Revolution that I really liked. It was only 2 seasons too, but it was like the power, just like
Oh,
go
Mel
ahead, win.
Gibson, the Patriot.
The power.
Oh, I don't know if y'all are liking
I
this.
feel
but
like
we're having
Jason
fun.
could do this all day.
I'm just going to take everything you say the rest of the podcast and just throw out a name and movie.
Which there was one that came out not long ago. It was a movie that I went and saw. And what was it called? It had it the guy from Band of Brothers, and
I can't wait for this one.
oh
The redhead guy?
no, the guy that he was blonde headed kind of. He played the guy that was a baseball player from UCLA. What was his name?
Jason?
I got nothing.
Anyways,
What's that new guy everybody likes? Glenn Powell, Top Gun Maverick.
no, not him. So
Yeah.
this guy though, but this movie, I can't remember what it was, but it ended up being one. Like I don't even know how to say this, but I sound like a terrible person.
He didn't like it.
It ended up. I
was
didn't know. I
sappy.
didn't know this when I went to see the movie.
It was X-rated.
No, opposite. It was kind of like facing the Giants genre.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was it about?
What you mean?
Like the
What you
world
meant to
ended,
say
and then,
is
but this-
Christian movies made very badly.
Yeah. So this super rich guy had like this big giant house and like a compound, and this guy like went to he had been hired to like go protect his stuff, and like he had all this stuff like preparing for the end of the world.
Kirk Cameron Hallmark movies.
Anyways, I saw it like a few months ago. It was in theaters and stuff, but I don't remember what
Not
it was.
good.
I've already forgot what it was called, so it can't be.
I thought you said it was Revolution.
No, Revolution was a show.
Oh,
It had, I think the main actor in it was Billy Burke, is his name, actually. I don't remember that.
Bill Burke.
William Burke.
Speaking of zombies, we have to shout out Edgar Allan Poe since he invented them.
Did he?
Yes, the first zombie is in The Fall of the House of Usher.
I thought the Dr. Frankenstein thing.
I think he came first.
I mean,
Is that a zombie though?
I would
That's
really like to fact check that. I bet you anything you could find something about zombies like carved on a Egyptian pyramid or something like that.
Yeah, probably, dude. They
I'm
were
just
really,
saying that made them into
yeah,
a
they thought they
story.
did.
That
I'm
made
sure
them
they did too. We just can't read it.
literary.
Dude, man, they got all these giant staircases under the pyramids now.
Dude,
They do not.
I'll listen
not
to,
true.
he's like in charge of antiquities or something in Egypt or something. I don't know. This guy, he was on Joe Rogan a few weeks ago, and it was really interesting to listen to.
I think we've already talked about Joe Rogan on this podcast, or maybe it was last
Well, Joe
week.
Rogan talks about us on his podcast.
He
so-
talks to everyone.
Yeah, apparently Joe Rogan's been going to church recently for about 5 or 6 months. Apparently,
Yeah.
yeah, he had Wesley Huff on there. The apologist.
Jensen Franklin's church? Or?
I doubt that. I don't know. Jensen flies out there, so who knows? Well, Joe Rogan's in Texas now,
Joe
so
Rogan's
he's
awesome.
Is he for real?
He
yeah.
has
He
a Joel
loves-
Osteen church.
Oh, there you go.
A lot of people left LA during COVID. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah, Joe Rogan. So I listen to Joe, and I like it more when it's like more. So either like the Egypt guy that's like on there, and he's actually like a legitimate
Like
expert.
experts in a
Yeah,
particular field. that-
or if it's like a comedian and it's funny.
Yeah.
But like sometimes he gets some like pretty wacky people on there, and he's the kind of person that's like, no matter who is on there, arguing either side of anything,
He's
just
with
like
them?
he's just like somebody could be on
Agreeing?
there and be like, hey man, like this alien took me out to dinner last night. I'd be like, no way. You know, it's like, I mean, he like believes everything. It's like legit. Anybody that comes on there, he believes what
That's
they
got to be an act.
You
know,
think?
or he's just freaking gullible. I don't know.
Nah, I think he's just trying to make them feel like he wants them to be energetic and stuff. And you're not going to get that if he's like, dude, that's stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think whenever they get the sniffing salts out, that's the.
Dude,
So-
that Theo Von, yeah, that was so funny.
So there's
I don't advise anyone to listen to
There's
that.
a guy that I think his name's Graham Hancock. Maybe he has a show called like,
Alexander Graham Bell.
Ancient-
Telephone.
Exactly. So he has a show called Ancient Apocalypse. It's on like History Channel or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and so like his whole thing is like there was like a intelligent civilization way before anything we knew, and then it got almost erased, and then had to build back up by some cataclysmic event. Blah blah blah. Well, he had him on there one time because he's been on there like 4 or 5 times. Like he loves this guy. And then he had him on there with this archaeologist, and I don't remember the archaeologist's name. I think his first name was Flint because I was like, that's really appropriate.
Ryder, Flint Ryder.
No,
Tangled.
Ross from Friends.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Archaeologist.
you're a jerk. So
I'm just trying to keep
That
that
was a
thing
good.
going.
That was a good.
That
That
was
was
a
a
good-
no, it
good.
was actually Indiana Jones. So, anyways,
Harrison Ford.
but he, but they, we were
President.
we were going to
Assembly
the. You're a jerk. Wow, that was good. Full circle.
Okay.
But anyways, we were going to the beach, and this episode was like 4 hours long.
Oh my gosh.
And I made Savannah and my whole family
Listen to all of that crap.
and they were so mad. Like they were like screaming, like, please turn this. I'm like, no. Because they were having like a debate. And I thought it was like great. You know, because he's bringing up like archaeological, like factual data. And then this guy's like, you know, talking about his stuff. And, you know, and I was just, you know, boring my family to sleep. But,
Well, if you watch Paddington 2, just released on Disney, it actually explains the ancient civilization that's very developed. It was actually bears.
Okay. All right, Mr. Bernstein.
Good job.
What was I going to say?
That's a solid movie, by the way. Paddington 2, great movie.
I was going to say something before you started talking about stupid
you always
bears.
like sequels.
Yeah,
He doesn't like grown-ups,
shout
but
out to
grown-ups
Grown-Ups
too.
2 is so good.
He'll quote when someone says, hey. I was going to say something. Lost my train of thought for the stupid bears. What were you talking about? Oh, I got it. So
Long Black Train, Josh Turner.
Oh, that's good.
PYT, Michael Jackson.
Oh, me. Oh. Wait, I lost it again.
Lost the show.
No,
Castaway, Tom
me
Hanks.
and Anna, we were going on our honeymoon, and we were driving down to Disney, and it was like true crime podcasts had just become popular, and we listened to a whole like season there on the way there. That was good because it was just us.
That's
no
fun to
kids.
do on a road trip.
And it was Dr. Death about that guy who was just like
dude.
doing surgeries,
Yeah, Dr. Death's really good.
just making a bunch of money. and
Did
wasn't
you listen to
even
Dirty
practicing.
John when it first came out?
Yes, that one was
It was
crazy
really good.
too. Connie
be-
Britton.
The best,
She's in the what's it called?
the best, or the one I enjoyed, like it was the most surprising to me. I've listened to, like all the famous ones, you know, Serial and like all those.
Serial's pretty good.
You're gonna have to give a beep. But did you watch Town or listen? to
You told me about S Town.
Dude, it was so freaking
Crazy.
good. Yeah.
Because like the first episode, you're kind of like in it.
Yeah.
And then the second episode,
Well,
whoa,
it,
didn't
like,
expect that.
Right.
And then
Like,
boom.
well, the whole thing's like being presented like it's what he originally wants the guy to come
investigate this like
family or whatever.
right
yeah.
because they think they killed somebody out and covered it up.
And then it just like
Goes
That's
sideways.
Yeah.
It goes sideways.
crazy. Yeah, dude, I got on when I was working like on the road. I listen to so many podcasts, and I don't really like. I listen to a couple comedy ones now that I listen to, but I don't listen to them a lot anymore. But
Yeah, I stopped listening to true crime and started having bad dreams.
there was one. There was a true crime one I used to listen to. It's called Case File.
Stranger Things.
No, I watched Stranger Things.
They
Is there
just
another
saying
one
bad
coming
dreams.
out?
Stranger Things. Never mind. Yes, the last season's coming out. That's a great show.
What
Stranger Things.
I've never.
It just
I
keeps
watched,
going on and on.
I watched like half the first season. I was like, this is dumb.
I never
Oh,
finished.
man, so good.
I never finished that Outer Banks.
It was stupid, too.
Yeah,
Not
never
bad.
First season was okay.
I feel like I'm invested in that show, and it's not getting any better. But because I'm invested, I'm like I.
That's how I am. But Anna can just forget a show
Mm-hmm.
so quick. She's like, "Nah, I'm done."
Yeah.
We just watched some movie. I don't remember the name of it.
That good, huh?
Yeah,
What shows do you go back to? Like what shows?
The Office,
Okay, yeah.
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill.
Friday Night Lights,
How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother's a good one.
Creatures Great and Small is probably the one we always go back to.
Never.
I don't even know what that is.
It's
Is that the movie with
PBS
Tom Hanks living in the house?
No, it's a PBS masterpiece about a vet in Glasgow.
Ken Burns baseball documentary.
Not even
You
close.
said PBS.
That is good. That's real good. What is it? Is it a cartoon?
No. It's not a cartoon.
Is
We
it
just
like?
assume everything's a
I
cartoon.
imagine when you said that, I was imagining.
It's
What
like
was the
early
show
1900s.
with the dinosaurs?
Oh, dinosaurs.
No,
No, that's what it's called.
no,
Yes, it was. Not the mama.
No.
Not the mama.
Peachtree,
no.
Oh,
Land Before
Lost,
Time,
little
Yeah,
foot,
you
big
little
foot.
foot. Yeah, what was it called?
Land Before Time.
Yeah, Land
That
Before
was a
Time.
good one.
That's what came to my mind when you said that. I don't know why.
Graceland's been watching Recess. Remember that show?
Nope.
I love that show. I told Anna I'll
Boy
watch
Meets
it
World?
now.
Boy Meets
Boy
World's
Meets World's
good, but
okay.
I don't really watch it. Like I watched it when I was young. You know
Yeah.
something I started watching again for the first time since I was probably in high school?
One Tree Hill.
Well, no, I
He
watched
does
that.
like One
I didn't
Tree
watch
Hill.
that until I was a grown man because
Yeah.
Savannah was like, "You should watch this," and I was like, "I don't know," and I still feel kind of stupid watching it, but I watched it.
You did recommend it to me though.
You know, it's okay. No, Home Improvement. You know,
Oh.
Yeah, that's a great
dude,
one to go back to.
I love Home Improvement.
Tim
Cheers.
Cheers is
I
good.
go back
Hey.
to Cheers.
Yeah,
R.I.P. Norm died Wednesday of this week.
yeah.
Tuesday, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Shout out Norm.
George Wendt. is his name.
Norm. Okay,
72 years old, died in his sleep.
really? He was a big guy.
Yeah, that's true.
All of that. All of that.
He walks into the bar, favorite clip. He walks in, of course, to Cheers, and they ask him, "How's it hanging, Norm?" he said, you know, something about a couple chins in my belly or something. Yeah,
What?
I don't
like
know.
how's it hanging? He's got a couple chins hanging, and that's funny. You know.
Okay.
Well,
I played disc golf the other day.
he did a great job. I feel like Ryan should be here for this conversation though, because
I didn't like it,
you didn't like it.
dude. I wasn't good at
You
it.
got a lot better. You were good. You were fine.
I lost 2 discs that weren't mine.
Yeah, they were. You know, one of them was mine.
One was yours.
Yeah,
one was Ryan's.
Yeah. But this is the thing. I gave you
Well,
a disc.
I know where yours is.
Yeah, it's in that tree.
It's in
But
that tree.
I'm not going back for it. I wouldn't gonna give you like I give you a disc that they give you for free when you join like the
Oh,
PDGA
gosh.
or
What
whatever.
is that?
joins
What
Professional
is
Disc
that?
Golfers Association.
What
Who
is
joins
that?
that? Is that where you track your?
I bet I know another person who's a member of that. I'll tell you later.
Ryan Griffin.
Ryan
Yeah.
Griffin is, yeah. But no, you did great, man.
Listen, this is what happened, Chris.
Oh,
we were on
okay.
the 19th hole. You call it a hole, but it's not really a hole. You're throwing it at like this. What do they call it?
Basket.
This basket with chains in it.
Everybody knows what disc golf is, man. You don't have to explain it to them.
Nope, they really don't.
Well, but it's not a hole. I have trouble calling it the hole.
Well, in golf,
That's another problem.
In traditional like actual golf, when you're on a
Would you
hole,
call it Scottish golf or American golf?
Well, this is my thing. Like if you're on like hole 6, you're not in the cup. Like you're not in the hole. The hole is the whole
So
thing.
you call it basket 6 is what you're saying.
That's
you
what I'm
should refer
saying.
to it as basket
Yeah.
6.
No, well, the hole is the entire thing.
Right. So,
The
but
basket,
there's
that's-
no hole anywhere. So there
if you
should
called
be a
it
hole.
the 6 basket, you could say you're anywhere on that basket or hole.
Or you could
Anyways.
just
Because
call it-
there's
you could
not a
just call it
hole. That's what
I
he's
was
saying.
on
That's
basket 19, and I throw one that seemed pretty good. It looked like it nicked those trees, but probably got through. It did not. Okay, we went on the other side. It did not get through those trees. And Ben's like, I was like, dude, that's growed up. It's pretty rough up under there. He's like, it's actually pretty clear once you get under there, and it's
Oh,
fine,
gosh.
right? So I found my way in, and it is clear under there. There's no disc to be found. I found the bones of a small animal. I didn't tell you that. I found the bones of a small animal.
Or child.
No, it was an animal. A bird nearly attacked me.
Wow. What kind?
I don't know. I
Snipe?
went,
brown thrasher.
probably it was an owl. I just shaved my head. It was an owl. But I'm looking for this disc, and I finally see it, and it's like 20 feet up in this tree, and there's no way for me to get it down. There's no rock in sight. I threw a couple things at it. It didn't work. Got cut up by a bunch of briars. And the whole time, they're just like yelling at me like, hey, just leave it. Just leave it. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm already done. I'm done, guys. Like, y'all keep going. It's fine.
Well, Ryan had to leave, so we kind of left him anyways.
Yeah, I said, just
we
go.
we were yelling from 2 holes away.
That's terrible.
Like,
Poor guy.
so we were yelling from
And I
2
got-
holes
yeah,
away.
it was
Jason,
tough.
I would not have left you.
Listen,
Thank you.
So, we were playing for something. Okay, so this was competitive for me and Ryan because we were playing for.
Do you want to
for
tell
some-
what you're playing for?
I mean, I guess we can.
To be my assistant at graduation.
Yeah, so Jason's assistant at graduation gets to sit in the press box instead of having to get dressed up and sit on the field. And me and Ryan ended up tying, and then we had a throw off, and then he won.
A throw off is who throws it
Well, no, we had a
Closest
closest
to the pin.
closest to the
To the
basket,
basket.
if that
to the basket.
and he was like a foot closer than me. Anyway, so but 2 holes, like we're yelling back at him. We're 2 holes away up on top of this hill, and it was like crazy windy, and I threw the piss out of one, and like this train goes over the road, and this truck comes by, and it goes under the truck, like it flies perfect timing. Like under the where the engine would be, like in front of the front wheel. So like under the truck, and somehow still like skids under it and goes up on the hill across the road.
Hey.
But then that truck, and it didn't hit the truck, I don't think. But that truck stops and turns around and comes back by, and then goes and turns around again and comes back by, and they just keep driving back and forth. And I'm like, dude, I didn't even. Well, first of all, I don't.
Did he say, "Who's that gorilla that threw that frisbee"?
Yeah. So one time, Chris and I were playing golf somewhere. I don't even remember.
It was in Homer.
But like Chris is a better golfer than me, like a lot better. And I can hit the ball long ways, but like back then I really didn't. Like I was worse then probably than I am now. But I can hit the ball long ways, but I wasn't playing good that day. And Chris can hit the crap out of the ball too because he's actually good at golf. But I'm a lot bigger, like not muscular, but I'm just a bigger person if you haven't seen us.
Ben says this, but he always outdrive me with a 5-wood. That was always
but this particular day I wasn't because I was playing terrible. Yeah. But and on that hole I usually hit an iron actually. And so
old 6.
So Chris hits in on somebody.
Old 7.
And he comes pulling up and like stares straight at me and he's like, whoever the gorilla is needs to stop hitting in on us. And he's staring at me. And I'm like, dude, why are you assuming I'm the gorilla?
And I definitely hit it. I don't even think Ben had actually hit yet. Yeah, that was the backstory. But let me tell you something that's aggravating about this conversation about Frisbee golf. Here's what's aggravating.
The last golf tournament we played in, I'm pretty sure Chris hit in on us.
Probably did.
Probably.
At the baseball tournament a couple of years ago, Chris was playing with some old guys.
I did that
and
on
he
purpose,
hit it in on us.
I did that on purpose.
I know you did, jerk. That's why you weren't on our
But here's
team.
what's aggravating about this golf Frisbee conversation. We talk about this sometimes and when we're together or on this pod, and my social media, you know what starts popping up?
Disc golf?
Yes.
That's not because we're talking about it. That's just the Lord wanting you to play with us. He wants you to fellowship with your friends.
No.
So,
let's go play real golf.
we got hit on. You remember the time that dude hit in on us in Gatlinburg? And Chris took I think it was you, right? That you took
I was there.
You took that guy's ball and went and put it like in the
cup.
hole.
In the hole, yeah.
And he came up and was like, man, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
He was
He
like
was
really
so nice
nice
about it. I felt bad about it actually because we drove off and we were like, his balls in the hole. Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
'Cause it was that
Chris
first
is just
hole
being classic Chris, just being a jerk.
at
Picks up the ball.
Gatlinburg where you really, it's understandable if somebody hit onto you because you don't know how far you can hit it.
And it
'cause it's
goes-
way
it goes way
downhill.
down.
So
Yeah.
you think you're not going to hit it far, but if you do, it goes a long way.
I know. Because I hit off the top of a hill
Oh, no,
and I
that's-
wasn't hitting good
No,
all
that's
day.
not the same hole. That
But,
hole.
no, it wasn't the same hole,
Yeah.
but I know we were up high. Were you
Oh,
there?
dude, yeah, that's the same trip. So,
yeah.
there's a par 3 at this course in
Yes.
Gatlinburg that's like straight down.
Yeah.
And I
way
had
down.
played golf maybe 3 times.
And Jason hasn't squared a ball up all day, so he takes driver off of this hole. And there's like a pasture and a road, like 300 yards
This
away.
one's going toward the right.
And this joker squares up his first ball of the day and
Gilmore that joker.
and hits it like to the road.
But this road is not like a 2-lane road. It's like going to Dollywood. It's the road going to Dollywood. Oh, good times.
That was funny.
Oh, man. Do you remember the guy, the cigar shop?
Yeah,
in
we talked about
Gatlinburg?
him on the pod.
Have we
for
talked
sure.
about him?
Yeah.
on our back,
Have
I
we?
don't think we have.
I don't know if we ever talked about this guy.
The guy
From the foothills of the Andes Mountains.
We've never talked about this guy on the pod, but he is awesome.
Yeah, dude.
At a cigar shop?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we went out and got cigars at a shop in Gatlinburg.
And what did he
And
say?
He said,
well, I remember he was like,
will you gentlemen be having drinks with your
yeah,
cigars?
yeah. He's like, it's important that you keep your lips wet.
Moist.
Moist as you smoke these cigars.
Yeah.
And he's like, these cigars, the leaves come from the foothills of the Andes Mountains.
It's so cool.
He was like 90 years old.
I hope he's not
I was
dead.
about to say, you think that guy's still alive?
I hope
100%
not.
no. You say, I hope not?
I just hope he's not dead. I mean, he was so cool.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I want to bring my son to that cigar shop and be like, I want you to meet this guy.
He's like the real most interesting man in the world.
Definitely.
Probably.
I just remember whatever cigar he sold us,
I know exactly what cigar it is.
I smoked it that night on on your bachelor party. I smoked it that night out there. We were on one of those benches in downtown Gatlinburg before we went to the crazy tattoo parlor with the Nazis before that. And I had the worst headache. Of
Yeah, you
my
did. I
life.
remember.
I don't think I knew you're not supposed to
So-
breathe in the cigar smoke.
So
I don't know
the-
what
the
happened,
brand,
dude.
the brand of cigar was a Baccarat, and it was like I could find. I ordered a bunch of them after that because I got where I was smoking a bunch of cigars for a while. I don't do it anymore, but like
And we had that
It's-
room
it's an expensive.
before you moved out of the poker
If you're
room.
going to
Yeah.
smoke, don't smoke that one.
that shop is still open.
is
Maybe just don't smoke a full cigar in 20 minutes, Chris.
It might have been like one of the first cigars I ever smoked, probably. And
To town. You were just spitting everywhere.
I couldn't taste anything for like a week.
Burn it. You burnt your tongue.
Taste buds are,
Oh,
had
man.
a terrible headache. Oh, it was terrible.
All right, everybody. That's all we got today. Thanks for listening. Be sure to follow us on social media. Follow the pod, share the pod, subscribe to the pod. And remember,
It's better to be a has-been than it ever was.
if you run 13 laps around Ryan Griffin's property, it'll be approximately 2 miles. See you next week. Ryan's getting scolded.
I think it was going the other direction.
I heard she's thankful for
Very
you.
thankful.
I was
Who's
invested.
thankful?
Who was that?
Hello?
Ryan's taking a call on this one.
Goodness.
This better be important.
I'm not. Oh, JC, you done messed up now.
Is that enough pop? That's what you wanted? Careful. with
Welcome
that.
on down to Has-Beens, episode 50.
You know what happened? Do you know?
Yeah, it's sitting in top of that tree.
No.
And I go to the top of the lower level section, go through the tunnel, go get some food or bathroom or something. I don't remember why, but I was coming back, and this big fat guy that looks like Tom Hanks walks by me, and I'm like, and he had 2 cops with him, and I was like, that fat guy looked like Tom Hanks, but like I knew Tom Hanks from like,
Forrest Gump.
Forrest
Passed
Gump.
away.
And and so like 2 innings later, they show up on the jumbotron like Tom Hanks, like waving him and Ron Howard. They were filming the Da
You
Vinci
didn't
Code.
see Ron Howard?
No, well, I know Ron Howard is Opie off Andy Griffith. I didn't know what the grown Ron Howard looked like.
The same.
And so, anyways, they show him on the jumbotron, and I'm like, son of a gun, he has gained a lot of weight. And
Fat Tom
I
Hanks.
literally was in the tunnel walking right by him, and like Forrest Gump's like my favorite movie of all time.
Oh,
Like I would have like hugged him had I realized
you.
in the moment.